Welcome to Ask Uncle Lee Wednesday. This is the place where you can ask any questions about the occult, magic, witchcraft, spirituality, demonology, everything in that regard. Just if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments to any of the Ask Uncle Lee videos and I will add it to the list. And let's get on with today's questions. Join me over on Patreon, where you will find all of my books, services, and courses in the shop, blog posts, and the various tiers which you can explore. You can get magical training in the Temple of the Horned Serpent First Degree, and joining as a free member gets you started with that, or explore the Magical Journal and the Egregore Project. Hope to see you there. Okay, so the first question is from Timothy Baker 1038. Mr. Lee, thank you for the information and books. I've got a question to ask about schizophrenia. I was taught in Alexandrian Wiccan and my Native American path not to let these people work magic, and because of problems they can cause. I was wondering your thoughts on this. To make it clear, I'm not schizophrenic. Just I've encountered them a lot as of late, working by path in the Wicca and shaman work. Alright, so schizophrenia I think I'm going to add into the arena of mental health issues, right? Now, some years back, or a couple decades really, it was usually said that if anybody has anxiety or depression, anything like that, schizophrenia, etc., that you should not be working magic because it's going to get worse. Even just meditation, sitting down and meditating can actually exacerbate specific mental health issues. So it's something we need to be careful of. However, there are a lot of developments that have happened in the past couple decades, even the past decade. And we have come to realize that more and more people are experiencing these particular mental health issues. They may not be schizophrenia, but they may be ADHD, autism, etc. We don't want people to get into spiritual psychosis. So the advice is to seek out a therapist and get the help that you require, that you need in order to manage it. Once it's managed and everything is manageable and you've got it under control, to a good degree at least, then you can work magic, because then you're less likely to find yourself in these situations where you're going to start experiencing spiritual psychosis and such things. There's nothing wrong with any of this, with having any kind of mental health issue and working magic, as long as it's under control. Let's put it that way. As long as it's been treated, and it's you are actually taking the time to seek out professional help in that regard. But it was, as I say, it was just things, as you said, you were taught in Alexandrian Wicca and etc. that those people shouldn't be doing magic, and that is something that used to come up years and years and years ago. Was that it's bad. It will have a bad outcome. Let's put it that way. But there have been developments, lots and lots and lots of developments. So if that rule actually applied, I don't think hardly anybody would be doing magic, especially in these communities, because I think practically almost every person I talk to has at least ADHD. I've started calling it the thing that witches have. It's just one of those things. Things have changed since then. And as I said, just as long as it's being treated and it's being managed and things like that. I have come across people who do talk to spirits. They hear the voices in their heads and such things. And when they have been and gotten treatment, started on medication, the voices go away, and they think that it's the medication that took the voices away. Not really. It's actually, if you start taking the medication and it's real, the voices are really there, they're going to stay, they're not going to go away. If they go away, it's usually an indication that they were not there to begin with. So these are the type of things we have to kind of look out for. And as I say, I do, more and more lately, it really is, as the years progress, it is a case of speaking to somebody and just checking that they are getting the proper treatment that they need for whatever mental health issues they've got, because it's become so more apparent. We're more educated on it, and therefore we know more. So it's become, we are seeing it more and more because we are, as I said, more educated in these things. So yeah, that's really it. Okay, so next question. Cthulhu 1978 L6L. Here's a question I've not thought of. What gods live in America before settlers came over? The natives worship any gods or believe in different ones. I've never been called or felt the presence of any entity except from European lineage. Are there horned gods in North America? Before the settlers, before the Vikings, even there were, the American, the natives of America. There was plenty. There were loads and hundreds of different tribes, and they all had their own religious and spiritual systems, and they all had their gods. There were some overlaps here and there, but there were hundreds, absolutely, thousands of gods that they worshipped. So yes, definitely to that. If you haven't felt a presence or any entity or felt a call to this, it's probably, I don't know what your lineage is. I'm assuming it's European, and that's probably why, because you're not Native American. So therefore you wouldn't feel a call or a pull to this particular system. Some people do. They may find that they've got something in their bloodline which extends back to that, but it depends on them. But if you haven't, you only feel a pull to your European lineage, that's probably why. If you are living on the land, then you can work with the spirits of the land specifically. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to work with the various deities of the older tribes. You can, if it interests you and you are feeling a call to that, but you said you're not, so no need to. But you can work with the spirits of the land that you are on. And that's different to, starting to get into tribal stuff. And you also ask, are there horned gods in North America? It's actually something I haven't. This is actually an interesting question. It's not something I have explored or thought of. So I did go and have a quick look. And what I found really strange was that in American mythology, there's the horned serpent. And if anybody's been following me for a while, and specifically my Patreon stuff, I've created a thing called the Temple of the Horned Serpent, and I had absolutely no knowledge or intention of it being related to the horned serpent of the American Indian people and the tribes there. There's so much symbolism that I can pull out of this, but they did. Well, the horned serpent, anyway. You might find that there were some gods that were also associated with specific animals, buffalo, stag, and things like that. There's a specific horned caribou. Is it the caribou? I'm not sure. Anyway, and moose. Moose would probably venture in there somewhere. There's probably deities that are associated to the animals, like Pan is associated to goats and Kraninos is associated to the stag, and all such things. So you'll probably find there are. But the horned serpent popped up in that regard, and I found that was quite interesting, quite a kismet. Yeah. Anyway, so moving on. Kiowata 1. Haley, I have another question to add. I recently stumbled across some videos on the MME channel about the Shams al-Ma'arif, or the Son of Gnosis, by Ahmad al-Buni. As usual, there is the typical hype and hyperbole about the supposed dangers of accessing this text. I would like to get your signature opinion on this book, whether you rate it or not, etc. I'm currently reading and looking into ancient Near Eastern mythology, trying to understand the foundations of esotericism and occultism. Thank you in advance. I haven't read the book. I probably won't, because it's over $50 and there are no... as far as I can tell, it has not been translated yet anyway, so I wouldn't understand it even if I bought it. It's in Arabic still. So, I can't get hold of it. I'm not able to read it. I did go and have a look at what it's about, and it's just considered, the author Ahmad al-Buni is just considered to be a devil worshipper within the culture that he comes from. It was the where did I read it now? I will find it. Hold on. I pulled it up before I started this. It's considered to be a deluded devil worshipper. The Sufi orders do consider it to be of some potential and have spiritual value. The thing that does concern me, and obviously this was written before the order itself, it was adopted by the Order of Nine Angles. That would concern me a bit. I don't know why they adopted the book. Yeah, but anyway, not much I can really add to this, actually. I did add it to the questions because I said I would, and I would have a look to see how much information I can get about it, but there really isn't much. You'll probably find that the idea of the author Al-Bani being considered as a deluded devil worshipper is just cultural, especially in the Arabic countries. He was probably writing about certain aspects of magic which are not considered to be good, if we can put it that way. I mean, it was written... Well, he died in 1225 CE, so it's a really old text. Of 13th century grimoire. So, in the 13th century, you're probably going to find that there was this whole Muslim movement, and that considered it to be against God. It's all I can really speculate on. Alright, so... yeah, not much I can really add to that. I do apologise for that. Alright, that's probably a short one today, but I'm going to leave it there. That's the 3 questions for today. So I'll be back next month with some more. Have a good one for now. Cheerio. Bye-bye.